Hello, and welcome to part 4, or reading number 4, of The Wake World by Aleister Crowley. I've got a few more books out of boxes since yesterday, and I'm starting to feel a little more like I have access to my personal library of Alexandria. But anyway, so we're here. I am again in the living room area, and where we left off yesterday was at number 7 on the Tree of Life. Now we came up all the paths from Malkuth, which we can't see in this picture, all the way to number 7. So now that's kind of interesting. But anyway, from there, the next step, there's actually a mini abyss, a veil, okay? A veil there of Parakoth, or parakeet, however you want to pronounce it. And it's sort of like a mini abyss because it separates the lower section of the tree from this triad here, and that's where the Holy Guardian Angel sets up his principality. As a matter of fact, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is the entire principality of the Kabbalistic world of Yetzirah. And so if we look at this as the Holy Guardian Angel experience, the Holy Guardian Angel has his headquarters here, but this is all the realm of the angel too. And so this move from 7 to 6 is a pretty important thing, because we're getting straight to the heart, literally the heart of the psychic body of the universe and the psychic body of our own thing. It's associated with our own heart chakra. So, gee, I just tried to tell you everything all at once. Remember, this entire story is sort of a way for Crowley to tell the details of the Golden Dawn initiation ceremonies. 2 readings ago, it was like the neophyte initiation ceremony. And now as we move from 7 to 6, we're going to get his sort of semi-veiled description of the 5 equals 6 ceremony of the Golden Dawn. So remember, the Netzach, or number 7, was called the Green Palace. Okay. There are 3 passages that lead to the treasure house of gold. Okay, there's the green palace, and I've highlighted in red the 3 paths that lead to number 6. Okay, so 8 to 6 is at Capricorn Oyen, path 26. Path 25 is the vertical one, and that's the arrow or Sagittarius or Samekh, or the art card, or the temperance card. Capricorn is the devil card. And the path leading directly from 7 to 24 is the Scorpio or death card one. So I'm sure I cleared that up. There are 3 passages that lead to the treasure house of gold, and all of them are very dreadful. One is called Terror by Night. That's the devil. I say in digression. And another, the arrow by day. That's the Samic that goes from 9 to 6. And the third has a name that people are afraid to hear, so I won't say. But I will. It's death. Okay. But in the first, we came to a mighty throne of gray granite. And this is the Thoth deck. Shaped like the sweetest pussycat you ever saw, and set up on a desolate heath. It was midnight, and the devil came down and sat in the midst. But my fairy prince whispered, "Hush! It is a great secret, but his name is Yeshua, and he is the savior of the world." And that's very funny indeed, because the girl next to me thought it was Jesus Christ. Till another fairy prince, my fairy prince's brother, whispered as he kissed her, "Hush, tell nobody ever. But that is Satan, and he is the savior of the world." We were a very great company, and I can't tell you all the strange things we did and said, or the song we sang as we danced faced outward in a great circle, ever closing in on the devil on the throne. But whenever I saw a toad or a bat or some horrid insect, my fairy prince always whispered, "It is the savior of the world." And I saw that it was so. We did all the most beautiful, wicked things you can imagine, and yet all the time we knew they were good and right, and must be done if ever we were to get to the house of gold. House of gold is Tifereth number 6. So we enjoyed ourselves very much and ate the most extraordinary supper you can think of. There were babies roasted whole and stuffed with pork, sausages, and olives, and some of the girls cut off chops and steaks from their own bodies and gave them to a beautiful white cook at a silver grill that was lighted with the gas of dead bodies and marshes, and he cooked them splendidly, and we all enjoyed it immensely. There was a tame goat with a gold collar that went about laughing with everyone, and he was all shaved in patches like a poodle. We kissed him and petted him, and it was lovely. You must remember that I never let go of my fairy prince for a single instant, or of course I should have been turned into a horrid black toad. Then there was another passage called The Arrow by Day. And if you're familiar with the Thoth Tarot, you can actually see an arrow in there somewhere. But anyway, notice the raven sitting on top of a skull on the cauldron. That's a caput mortem, or the death's head. And that means that that cauldron is the death card. But that's another thing. And I think I talked about it in a seminar or something. Okay, then there was another passage called The Arrow by Day, and there was a most lovely lady, all shining with the sun and moon and stars, and was lighting a great bowl of water with one hand by dropping dew on it out of a cup, and with the other she was putting out a terrible fire with a torch. She had a red lion and a white eagle that she had always had ever since she was a little girl. And she found them in a nasty pit full of all kinds of nasty filth. Okay, remember the death card is putrefaction. And they were very savage, But by always treating them kindly, they had grown up faithful and good. This should be a lesson to all of us, never to be unkind to our pets. My fairy prince was laughing all the time on the third path. That's the path of Nun, Scorpio, and the Death Tarot card. There was nobody there but an old gentleman who had put on his bones outside and was trying ever so hard to cut down the grass with a scythe. But the faster he cut it, the faster it grew. My fairy prince said, everybody that ever was has come down this path, and yet only one ever got to the end of it. But I saw a lot of people walking straight through as if they knew quite well. He explained, though, that they were really only one. And if you walk through, that proved it. I thought that was silly, but he's much older and wiser than I am, so I said nothing. The truth is that it is a very hard palace to talk about. And the further you get in, the harder it is to say what you mean, because it all has to be put in dream talk. As of course, the language of the wake world is silence. So never mind. Let me go on. We came by and by to the 6th house. Okay, hang on. I better leave it here today, okay, and pick it up with the description of the 6th house itself and the Golden Dawn initiation ceremony. So I will. That's what we'll try to do tomorrow at the same time. I know it's a little short today, but I'm glad you're with me this morning. So continue to be good to yourself and be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will. Don't leave go of the hand of your fairy prince.